Alright, this Etsy shop has been making over $3.1 million selling logos. 2.1 million. 3.4 million. Alright, you've probably heard that stuff too many times already. Yeah, those stores make a lot of money, but you're probably thinking, the store's making millions, but they started in 2014. That's 9 years ago. So can you actually start a shop like this now and still make money? Is it too late? Did I miss a train? No, and I'll show you why. So check out this store, logo in process, making $89,000 and they just started 8 months ago. Logo artistry, $5,000 a month and started exactly 1 year ago. Should I go on? Logo carnation, 5,000 pounds or about $6,700 a month and also started about 8 months ago. And Logo Charm has made $32,000 since January of this year. So you see, you're not late in the game. There's still a huge demand for logo design. If you go to Google Trends, you can see that the demand for logo design is still on the rise. And to drive my point home, you'll see people on Fiverr still making a lot of money selling logo design. And you can check out this store on Fiverr who's got more than 10,000 reviews selling logos. And you'll see here that he's got quite a lot of orders, 55 orders in queue, which means that he's got 55 people that's already paid to get their orders delivered. So just so you know, not everyone who orders leaves a review, which means that he's probably done way more than 10,000 orders. But to be super conservative, let's just say he makes 1 review per sale. And his service range between $35 to $80. So that means he's making a minimum of $350,000 to $800,000 selling logos on this platform alone. And look, I don't think his logos are bad, but they're not anything special, to be honest. And I'm pretty confident that we can do something better. And just in case you've never heard of this shop, Macarons and Mimosas has done over 53,000 units in sales. And with an average price of $35 to $55 here, they could be making anywhere between $500,000 to $1.8 million. And over 90% of that is profit since they're selling a digital product. And if you want to check a more recent shop, this shop, Creative Wisdoms, they started not too long ago and they're making $4,000 a month by only having 4 listings. Yeah, 4 listings, guys. It just shows you that you don't need thousands of listings to make a lot of money. But having said that, Etsy is a volume game. So the more listings you have, the better your chances of being successful. So you can clearly see that there's an opportunity here by creating more listings. And that's where Midjourney comes in, which will help you do 70 to 80% of the work. Now, I'm not going to pretend that you can create all this today and make millions tomorrow. To create a successful business, you need commitment and consistency. And there's an inspiring quote by Denzel Washington during one of his speeches where he said, "Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish." That is so true, guys. And if you're still here watching the video up to this point, it just shows that you're willing to start doing the research, and that is the first step in the right direction. So in this video, I'm going to make your research worthwhile. I'm going to show you how to create those logo designs, and I'll cover what prompts to use, and I'll even teach you how to convert those images to vector files without using any paid tools. And no, you don't need Adobe Illustrator to convert these images. So let's get started. So for this example, we're going to be selling logo templates. A logo template is basically a pre-made logo that your customer can later edit for themselves. Now we're going to use Midjourney to create our designs. And just so you know, it's now very hard to get the free version of Midjourney since the server is always full. So I recommend getting the paid version. And for just about $10 a month, you'll have access to their latest version 5. So you get better images as well. But if you want a completely free AI text-to-image tool, you can use something like Playground AI as well to generate your logos. But I find that Midjourney still produces the best output for this type of logos. So let's go to midjourney.com and click on Join the Beta. You want to accept the invite and create a Discord account if you don't have one. It's free to create and you'll need to work with Midjourney. Now once everything is set up, you can add Midjourney to your own server so you don't see other people's images. You can click on the plus sign here and create your own server. Then you can go to Midjourney, click on any of the newcomer rooms and click on the Midjourney bot and add it to your own private server. Now we're ready to start giving Midjourney our prompts. So for this example, let's create a logo for a coffee shop. And I'm going to write logo for cafe. Simple and minimalist, white background, --V5 for version 5, and let's hit enter. Look at that. Looks pretty good. Look, if you don't like what Midjourney comes up with, you can click on reload here and it will generate another 4 variations of this image. And if you're still not satisfied with the image, there's one cool trick you can do. Once you upscale that image, you can click on the web here, and it will show you similar results other people have created before. You can even see the prompts that were used to generate this type of image. Now, you might be asking, what if I don't want the logo to be a cup? Maybe I have a specific animal that I want to use as a brand logo. Yeah, you can do that as well. So you can try something like a simple cartoon bear silhouette, child-friendly animal. Let's make the color brown, orange. Make it a very simple graphic design, flat colors, no realistic photo details, just so the image is simple. And if you watch my previous video, there's one magic keyword that I like to use to bring my images to another level. And that keyword is adding an artist name. So in this case, I'm gonna add the artist Paul Rand to our prompt, just like this. All right, let's generate. Wow, that looks so good on the first try. Amazing. And I'm gonna share with you this incredible guide where you can find hundreds or even thousands of artists and you can pick the style that you want. So now this guide was created by a person by the name of Randolin4785, and all credits to him for being generous enough to share this with everyone to use. I'm gonna leave a link to the file down below for you so you have access to it. A lot of people have asked me, are these images copyright free, or can you even copyright these images? And the straight answer is no. Midjourney is super clear about this in their terms of service. So this means that when you generate an image on Midjourney, you can sell it commercially, but you won't have any rights to it. Alright, so I've been trying out a few prompts this past few days, and I'm gonna choose this one. So if you like an image that you generated, you can upscale that image and download it to your computer. And next is the fun part. But before I move on, I'm gonna be showing you more insane ways to make money online. I post 4 videos a month, and so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of them, because that could be the one that changes the game for you. Now that you have the logo design, there's another step that you need to take if you want to sell this to your customers. If you're not a designer, there are 2 main file types that you need to be familiar with: PNGs and SVGs. Now, anyone who used a computer before has likely worked with PNGs, as it is the most common file type for images next to JPEGs. But if you upscale a PNG file, the quality will suffer and you won't be able to use the image. But on the other hand, SVGs, which are called vectors, are file types that you can scale up without losing any quality, no matter how large or small it is. And it is crucial that these logos are in SVG format, because many times they need to be scaled up quite a bit for shop signs or even big billboards. So right out of the box, Midjourney images come in PNG format, which now means that you'll need to convert them into SVGs. Now, the only way you can quickly convert these images to vectors is by using the great Adobe Illustrator. It will set you back about $22 a month and you'll have... Wait, I thought you said I can use a free tool for this. Alright, you got me. After doing a bit of research, there is a free tool called Inkscape that can convert your PNGs to vectors. You can simply drop your image into the software, make some adjustments, and you'll have your vector image. Now, I've been using Illustrator for a while now, and it's the one I have installed on my computer, so I'm going to show you how I would do it on Illustrator. But for those of you who wants a guide on how to do it on Inkscape, I'll leave a link down below, and you can watch this other video by another channel that explains how to do that. Alright, so once you have Illustrator open, you can click New and just choose any artboard size. Now I'm going to create a second artboard here since we're going to convert 2 logos. Next, you can drag and drop the PNG image that we generated from Midjourney earlier. And let's position that in the center here. And as you can see, when I scale up the image, it's going to get blurry and pixelated. So what you want to do next is click on the image trace button up here. And within seconds, it will convert the image into a vector. And you have some adjustments right here on the right side. You can adjust the threshold, and you'll notice if I push it to the far left, the image disappears. But if I go all the way up, the lines get super thick. So you'll want to just eyeball it and find the sweet spot. You can also check ignore white if you want to remove the white background. You'll see that if I zoom in, the pixels are still very good and not blurry at all. And alright, once you're done, you want to hit expand, which means that you're good with the settings. And you can double click on the image to remove elements that you don't want on the logo. I'm going to remove all the funky text here since I'm going to replace them with real text in the next step. Alright, so that looks good. Let's drop the second image now. I'm giving you 2 examples here because the second image has colors and more elements to it, and I just want you to be able to vectorize this as well. So if you click on the arrow next to the image trace, you'll see a couple of options here. In this case, I'm going to choose 6 colors. Now once that's vectorized, you'll also have the options here to change the settings. You can play around with the path, curves, and once you're happy, you can click expand. And I'll double click on the image and I'm going to remove all this text here and just anything I don't want on the logo. Alright, that looks super clean now. Now all you need to do is export these images by clicking on File, Export, Export for Screens. And now you can rename your files to keep it organized. And you want to make sure that you choose SVG as the file type here. Now once you hit export, it will save on your computer. And now that you already have the vector files, you want to add back the text using Canva. This way your customers can see what the logo looks like with the name on it. So let's go to Canva and upload your logo here. Alright, let's make this a bit bigger. And I also like to upload the original image from Midjourney, the one with the funky text, so I can easily pick the colors from it later. Let's go back to our vector image. Now Canva has tons of text options already, so you can just choose the one that suits the best and just drag it in, just like that. I can position the text and change the words. Let's make it Corner Cafe. Okay, that looks good. And I also want to add since 1991 below, so it looks quite similar to the example. Now, if you're selling this as a template on a platform like Etsy, there's one more easy step that you need to do. You're going to click on Share and hit Template Link. This way, whenever your customer clicks on that link, they can open the exact file and make their edits. And since this is a vector file, they can change the colors, text, and background if they want to. Alright guys, if you found this video helpful, the best and easiest way to support my channel is to give this video a quick like and subscribe. That will help me out a lot. And if you want to see a more insane store that's making $1,000 per day, click on this video next. And you know what? They just started 4 months ago. So click on that video and I will see you there.